Thomas here and welcome back to another video. So today I'm back here for another speed build, and today we're going to go ahead and build this modern jungle villa. So if you'd like to go ahead and download it for yourself, it is up on the gallery now. My origin ID is Real Thomas TV1. So this build kind of just came around when I actually got the pack, which was the day before well, that's when the embargo lifted. I got it on the weekend before the pack came out because I got early access to it. And I was kind of just coming up with different ideas and stuff I could do, and this was one of them. But since on the embargo lift day, which was the 26th, I did so many videos, I thought I'd kind of space things out a little bit and not cram everything into one day. Because I think on the embargo lift day, which like I said is the Monday, I think I upload like 5 videos or so, which is kind of a lot. I've actually done more for other packs, like when Parenthood came out, when the embargo lifted for that, I did like 10 videos or 8 or something like that, so that's kind of a lot. But if you do want to go ahead and see which ones I've done so far, then I do actually have a playlist up for jungle adventure videos, and you can go ahead and see them all there. And I have all the creations up in the gallery as well, including this one. So as you can see, we're kind of just working on the shell here. I did try to cut out some of the boring bits in the build because it can get a little bit repetitive, and especially for a bigger build like this, I didn't want the video to kind of drag on for so long. So you can see that you're probably wondering what that thing is in the middle that's lighting up. What I really wanted to do, I don't know how this idea came about, it was kind of just random, but I really want to do kind of like some sort of skylight sort of thing, and doing, you know, using the glass kind of skylight things that we got from Get Together. I didn't really think it would work that well, so I actually used the dance floors, and I don't know if those actually count as dance floors. I think they do, and I use it as a skylight instead because it still does the same thing that I wanted it to, and it actually looks kind of nice. So when you look kind of in the first floor and the second floor, you can see it all the way through the house. It kind of, I just made a huge big hallway area. You'll see once we get into the interior what I mean by the stairwell is, and you can just see it there. It looks really, really nice, especially in the afternoon, which is like where I've got this game time on now. And yeah, so I'm just going around doing kind of like the exterior structure. It is very, very simple. I don't really like to do that too often because it kind of looks a little bit basic. But as you can see there on the left hand side, we just did a pop out there just so it wasn't totally flat. There are some pop outs like throughout it, but they're not really that noticeable. And now we're going in with kind of like the landscaping and stuff here, as you can see. Now, you might have just noticed how the pool was kind of square to start with, but I decided to kind of make it a bit more uneven, or like around the edges, because I feel like it looks a bit more natural that way, I guess you could say. And it kind of just fits in a little bit better with the surroundings. And again, you just went around with some landscaping, pretty basic landscaping today because we don't really have that much room. Anyway, so today I was actually going to do some, like a face cam for this. But I normally like to do face cam when everybody's out the house, and that was going to be the original plan. Everybody was going to be going out, but then they decided not to. So I can't really do the face cam. I could, but it's just that it has to be a lot of setting up, and like, I don't know, I just don't really want to do that. But I'm still doing the voiceover today. There is people home. I don't mind doing voiceovers when there's people's home, like as long as they're all downstairs. That probably sounds really ridiculous, but I think if you make videos then you probably understand that. And yeah, because it can sometimes kind of put you off a little bit if people are listening in. So right now we're just going around with kind of the exterior furnishing and stuff like that, and it's kind of a little bit odd. I wasn't really, sorry, I'm all over the place today. I wasn't really too sure what to do with this because it's very kind of narrow, the area that I had to do with, and I felt like I didn't really want to over cram it with stuff. So some of the areas around this outside bit look a little bit bare than others, but you know, you've still got everything there you need. Some seating areas, a barbecue, and access to the pool. Some fountains which you don't need but for decoration, and yeah, so now we're on the inside. Now as you can see here, I've got all the flooring and wall coverings done already. Now I do this for most speed builds. What I normally do off camera is I go around the house, put all the flooring in, do all the wall coverings, put the doors in, do the lights, and sometimes I do all the bathrooms off camera as well, because I do all those things because Well, excluding the bathrooms, the reason I do it all off camera is because you're going to see it anyway when I go into that particular room to decorate it. So there's no point wasting like a good 5 minutes in the video of me going around doing the wall coverings when you're going to see it anyway when I do the finishing, if that makes sense. And then for the bathrooms, the reason I take that out of the video is because they're so boring. There's no other way to put it. They're just really, really boring to do. I suppose if I spend some more time on it, I could probably come up with something a little more interesting, but, you know, I just kind of just take it out because I don't really think it's a very important, I mean it is an important room, but because in these big homes here there's a lot of them, and actually in this build in particular there's 8 bathrooms and 12 bedrooms, which is not actually a lot compared to some builds. If you've seen there we go, my Stonemere estate build which I did a few weeks ago, that actually had 20 bathrooms, and I do them all the same. I literally, when I'm doing the wall coverings, I copy and paste all the floorings and wall coverings for all the bathrooms, just because they're so boring. Anyway, so right now we're working on this kitchen area. I didn't actually do a dining room for this build, I just did like kind of like a bar area here, but there is plenty of seats and stuff, and there's actually enough room to add a dining table in if you wanted to, because in that big hallway area there's a lot of different seating areas and some blank spaces as well, so you could easily fill that up if you wanted to. So I don't know how well this fits into the new world, and I keep mispronouncing it. I think it's Dorado. It doesn't really work with my accent. I don't know why, but I keep saying it and it just doesn't sound right. Like, it sounds just odd when I try to say it, so I'm just going to call it the new jungle world or something like that. Anyway, so yeah, I don't really know how well this fits in, but like I said, it is supposed to kind of stand out a little bit. I was kind of thinking that this is a more, well, of course, it is a more newer build, and that's kind of been, you know, developed in the new world. Maybe the one that was before it here or something is starting to crumble down or something, and they needed to renovate it, and that's maybe where this came about. So yeah, like I said, I did get early access for this. I don't need to leave a disclaimer for that anymore because the embargo's lifted. But another bit of exciting news, people have been asking me about what the Game Changer Network is, and I was getting a few questions about that actually. I've been a part of the Game Changer Network, which is by Electronic Arts, since November-ish, and then I came like officially, because there's like a members only website, and I got access to that just before this pack came out actually. And basically what it is that we'll basically have access to kind of all the EA titles, where they have opportunities for all of them, whether it be to review the pack for an early access code, and even events as well I've seen on their website for different games, and they can just give you details about that. And then what you do is you basically just go through this opportunities list, and you can just sign up for the things that you want to do, and then you kind of got like a date from like a minimum, not really minimum and maximum, I can't really think of the date, like a beginning and end date of when this opportunity is running, and then you go back and check, and on that page it'll have your code for the game if that's what it's about. So it's, you know, I'm really grateful for this, because, you know, just like when I started my channel, I would have never expected to be this involved with EA. It's kind of weird, but you know, I'm just, it's amazing, and I can't really believe how much my channel's been growing. Over like 3.5 thousand supporters now, which is absolutely crazy. So thank you everybody who's been supporting me, and recently everything on the channel has been going so well. And yeah, so I'm trying to think what else I was going to mention today. Well, today's actually the 4th, which is the day this is going up on. It's actually nearly 2 PM, and this video is going up at 6:30 in my time zone anyway, which is, you know, a few hours to go, and I've still got to finish off this voiceover, render it, and upload it. It was actually last week's build, which was the Dream Suburban Home that I did. That one I rendered on the day, which is always a bad mistake, like I'm doing today, because it's kind of risky. And for some reason it took like 5 or so hours to render, which is absolutely crazy, and normally doesn't take that long, and every now and again it'll just take so long for like no reason. It's not like any, you know, any special graphics or anything happening in the video. It's just a regular speed build, and it does that. It's really odd. I don't know why it does it. Anyway, so it took so long to do, and then the upload time was absolutely crazy. I think I started at about 4 PM or something, and I didn't finish uploading until nearly 11 PM. Like, I don't know why this happened, like, at all. Like, the internet was fine. I checked the internet speeds. Everything was all okay, like normal. But it took that long. It was so odd. I don't know why. Anyway. And then I got really like panicked, because you know, I was going to have to miss an upload day, which I haven't done before, apart from Christmas Day. That just, like, in 2017, that's the only ever time that I've missed a video in the whole 2 years of me doing it, you know, with my schedule. And yeah, so it wasn't a very nice feeling, but and then started, like, making tweets like, okay, the video's not going to be up today, I'm really sorry about it. And then all of a sudden I looked at the video manager and it said, oh, processing's finished. So, yeah, then I decided to upload it, but it was like 11 PM, which is like so many more hours after my normal schedule time. So yeah, but everybody seemed to like it, which is great, which is the most important thing. So we're just working on another one of the bedrooms here. They're all pretty repetitive, that's why I don't include footage for all of the rooms, because I kind of do the same thing mostly. So I kind of, what I like to do is sometimes when in a particular build, for the room that I'm working on, I normally like to kind of show you a bit of the start of me working on that room, and then I kind of cut out the middle bit where I'm kind of just going around putting some decorations in, and then I kind of show you a little bit of the clip from the end of me working on that room, so you can kind of see how it all finished off. But if sometimes I make mistakes when editing where I might cut out more than I was intending to. So if you ever see not enough of the room that you wanted to and you didn't really get a good look at it, then stay tuned for the end of the video, because I always put screenshots of the rooms and everything I've done. So that's a good place if you've kind of ever missed anything. So this room right here is probably one of my favourites because of the view it has. You would have probably seen it in the little video intro I did of this room here, of the window, because it just has such an amazing view. I didn't put any curtains up in this room because I kind of just wanted the view to be seen, but it's absolutely amazing. It kind of just looks over the whole jungle and everything, and it's just amazing. Don't have any other word to describe it, really. And yeah, so I've actually been off school for a good few days. I was, like I said, it's currently Sunday. On what day was it? It was Wednesday, which is the day after my birthday. We got like a message from the school saying that it was closed today because of the snow. I don't know if you know, but we'll have a big snowstorm here in the UK this week. It was kind of bad on that day and a few days after, so the school has been closed all week from Wednesday, which is great because it means that I've had a 5-day weekend. But yeah, it's open tomorrow, which I mean I was expecting because it's kind of like the roads aren't as bad today. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed today's build. We're just about to finish off with the video here and we'll be jumping into some screenshots. This video is a little bit shorter than usual for this style of build, but like I mentioned earlier, I just didn't want it to drag on too long, so I tried to cut out as much as the boring parts as I could. And yeah, so the screenshots last about like 2 minutes or so. So, you know, that's kind of long, but there is a lot of them because of this build just being so big. And if you're wondering, this build took me about 1.5 hours to do, which actually I was kind of a little bit surprised about. I thought it would take me a lot longer because when I was doing the exterior, it just seemed to drag on for so long, but it didn't actually end up in the end, so that's kind of good because, I mean, I always like to try and do builds as quick as I can, which sounds bad in a way, but I do like to do it in a good level but in the quickest time I can, if that makes sense, because it means I can get more done in the time I have. So yeah, anyway, right here at the screenshots, I really hope you enjoyed. In the comment section down below, let me know about what you thought of this build, and if you have any more suggestions for videos you want to see next, or if there's kind of any other jungle adventure builds or videos in general specifically you want to see, then also leave that down below. Leave a like, share and subscribe if you haven't, and go ahead and download this build from the gallery. My origin ID is RealThomasTV1, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!